Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, teach you, and push you to be your best self. I failed in some subjects in exam, but my friend passed in all. Now he is an engineer in Microsoft and I am the owner of Microsoft. You will not make $60,000 a year right out of high school. You won't be a vice president with a car phone until you earn both. Life is not fair, get used to it. Don't make the same decision twice. Spend time and thought to make a solid decision the first time so that you don't revisit the issue unnecessarily. Everyone needs a coach. It doesn't matter whether you're a basketball player, a tennis player, a gymnast, or a bridge player. The way to be successful in the software world is to come up with breakthrough software, and so whether it's Microsoft Office or Windows, it's pushing that forward. New ideas, surprising the marketplace, so good engineering and good business are one in the same. Reward-worthy failure, experimentation. I don't think there's anything unique about human intelligence. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake. To win big, you sometimes have to take big risks. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. A bad strategy will fail no matter how good your information is, and lame execution will stymie a good strategy. If you do enough things poorly, you will go out of business. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job, because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Don't let yourself be lulled into inaction. I really had a lot of dreams when I was a kid, and I think a great deal of that grew out of the fact that I had a chance to read a lot. In 3 years, every product my company makes will be obsolete. The only question is whether we will make them obsolete or somebody else will. Our success has really been based on partnerships from the very beginning. The world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. Patience is a key element of success. People always fear change. People feared electricity when it was invented, didn't they? Expectations are a form of first-class truth. If people believe it, it's true. In this business, by the time you realize you're in trouble, it's too late to save yourself. Unless you're running scared all the time, you're gone. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. If I'd had some set idea of a finish line, don't you think I would have crossed it years ago? As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. Capitalism is this wonderful thing that motivates people, it causes wonderful inventions to be done. But in this area of diseases of the world at large, it's really let us down. Before you were born, your parents weren't as boring as they are now. They got that way from paying your bills, cleaning your clothes and listening to you talk about how cool you thought you are. So before you save the rainforest from the parasites of your parents' generation, try Delo using the closet in your own room. If you think your teacher is tough, wait till you get a boss. If you mess up, it's not your parents' fault, so don't whine about your mistakes, learn from them. Your school may have done away with winners and losers, but life has not. In some schools they have abolished failing grades and they'll give you as many times as you want to get the right answer. This doesn't bear the slightest resemblance to anything in real life. Be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. I realized about 10 years ago that my wealth has to go back to society. A fortune, the size of which is hard to imagine, is best not passed on to one's children. It's not constructive for them. Of my mental cycles, I devote maybe 10% to business thinking. Business isn't that complicated. I wouldn't want that on my business card. Television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. If geek means you're willing to study things, and if you think science and engineering matter, I plead guilty. If your culture doesn't like geeks, you are in real trouble. I have been struck again and again by how important measurement is to improving the human condition. Flipping burgers is not beneath your dignity. Your grandparents had a different word for burger flipping, they called it opportunity. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. We've got to put a lot of money into changing behavior. I can understand wanting to have millions of dollars, there's a certain freedom, meaningful freedom, that comes with that. But once you get much beyond that, I have to tell you, it's the same hamburger. This is a fantastic time to be entering the business world, because business is going to change more in the next 10 years than it has in the last 50. I don't know has become I don't know yet.